Which situation best demonstrates the principle of the rule of law as tested in the UK citizenship exam? A. Parliament changing laws after a public protest. B. A government minister being prosecuted under the same law as any citizen. C. The Prime Minister deciding foreign policy independently. D. Judges consulting Parliament before every court decision. Answer: B. The rule of law means that everyone in the UK, regardless of status or position, is subject to the same laws and legal processes. When a government minister can be prosecuted under the same law as an ordinary citizen, it clearly shows that no one is above the law. This principle is a core British value tested in the life in the UK exam. Why is the House of Lords considered different from the House of Commons in the UK political system? A. Members of the Lords are directly elected by citizens. B. The Lords can permanently block legislation. C. Members are appointed or hereditary rather than elected. D. The Lords control government spending. Answer: C. The House of Lords is mainly composed of appointed life peers, bishops, and some hereditary peers. Unlike the House of Commons, its members are not elected by the public. This difference ensures a reviewing role rather than direct political power. What is the most important role of the monarch in modern British government? A. Proposing new laws. B. Controlling the armed forces directly. C. Acting as a neutral head of state. D. Deciding election dates. Answer: C. The monarch's role today is largely ceremonial and symbolic. Acting as a neutral head of state ensures continuity, tradition, and national unity while political power remains with elected officials and Parliament. Which action would be considered a civic responsibility rather than a legal requirement in the UK? A. Paying income tax. B. Serving on a jury when called. C. Voting in a general election. D. Obeying traffic laws. Answer: C. Voting is a civic responsibility encouraged in the UK, but it is not legally compulsory. In contrast, paying taxes, obeying the law, and jury service are legal obligations. Why is the Magna Carta still important in modern British society? A. It created the UK Parliament. B. It introduced freedom of religion. C. It limited the power of the monarch. D. It established universal voting rights. Answer: C. The Magna Carta is important because it established the principle that the monarch's power is not absolute. This laid the foundation for constitutional law and the rule of law in the UK. Which factor most strongly influenced the development of the UK as a multicultural society? A. The Industrial Revolution alone. B. Post-war immigration from the Commonwealth. C. The Norman Conquest. D. The establishment of the European Union. Answer: B. After World War II, large numbers of people from Commonwealth countries migrated to the UK to help rebuild the economy. This immigration significantly shaped the UK's multicultural identity. What is the main purpose of local councils in the UK? A. To make national laws. B. To represent the monarch locally. C. To manage local services and community needs. D. To oversee foreign policy. Answer: C. Local councils are responsible for services such as education, waste collection, housing, and local planning. Their purpose is to manage community needs rather than national governance. Which situation best reflects freedom of speech as practiced in the UK? A. Saying anything without consequences. B. Criticizing the government peacefully within the law. C. Spreading hate speech freely. D. Ignoring court restrictions. Answer: B. Freedom of speech in the UK allows people to express opinions and criticize the government, but only within the limits of the law. Hate speech and incitement to violence are not protected. Why is jury service considered an important part of democracy in the UK? A. It allows citizens to rewrite laws. B. It ensures community participation in the justice system. C. It replaces professional judges. D. It guarantees faster trials. Answer: B. Jury service allows ordinary citizens to participate directly in the justice system, helping ensure fairness and public confidence in legal decisions. Which historical event directly led to the establishment of the Church of England? A. The English Civil War. B. The Reformation under Henry VIII. C. The Norman Conquest. D. The Glorious Revolution. Answer: B. The Church of England was established when Henry VIII broke away from the Roman Catholic Church during the Reformation, making himself head of the Church. What does the term constitutional monarchy mean in the UK context? A. The monarch governs without limits. B. The monarch shares power equally with Parliament. C. The monarch's powers are limited by law and Parliament. D. The monarch controls the courts. Answer: C. In a constitutional monarchy, the monarch's authority is restricted by law and democratic institutions, ensuring elected representatives hold real political power. Which UK institution is responsible for interpreting and applying the law? A. Parliament. B. The Cabinet. C. The Judiciary. D. Local councils. Answer: C. The judiciary interprets and applies the law independently from Parliament and government, ensuring fairness and legal accountability. Why are general elections essential in the UK democratic system? A. They allow citizens to change the monarch. B. They determine membership of the House of Lords. C. They allow voters to choose members of Parliament. D. They approve court decisions. Answer: C. General elections give citizens the right to choose MPs who represent them in the House of Commons, forming the basis of democratic government. Which behaviour best demonstrates respect for others, a core British value? A. Expressing opinions aggressively. B. Accepting different beliefs and lifestyles. C. Avoiding community involvement. D. Ignoring local laws. Answer: B. Respect for others means accepting diversity in beliefs, cultures, and lifestyles, which is central to British values and social cohesion. Why is the BBC considered important in British public life? A. It controls government messaging. B. It provides independent news and education. C. It represents political parties. D. It regulates social media. Answer: B. The BBC plays a key role in providing impartial news, educational content, and cultural programming, supporting informed citizenship. Which responsibility applies specifically to residents living in a UK community? A. Attending Parliament sessions. B. Respecting local customs and laws. C. Supporting a political party. D. Serving as a magistrate. Answer: B. Residents are expected to respect local laws, customs, and community standards, helping maintain social order and mutual respect. What is the primary role of the Prime Minister? A. Acting as head of state. B. Leading the judiciary. C. Leading the government and setting policy. D. Controlling local councils. Answer: C. The Prime Minister leads the government, sets policy priorities, and represents the UK nationally and internationally. Why is tolerance important in UK society? A. It removes the need for laws. B. It supports peaceful coexistence in a diverse society. C. It allows unlawful behaviour. D. It replaces democratic values. Answer: B. Tolerance helps people from different backgrounds live together peacefully while respecting the law and shared values. Which event is traditionally associated with remembrance in the UK? A. Guy Fawkes Night. B. Remembrance Sunday. C. Commonwealth Day. D. May Day. Answer: B. Remembrance Sunday honours those who died in military service and is marked by ceremonies across the UK. What is the key purpose of the UK Citizenship Test? A. To test English literature knowledge. B. To ensure understanding of British laws, values, and life. C. To assess political opinions. D. To evaluate employment skills. Answer: B. The test ensures applicants understand UK values, history, laws, and daily life, helping them integrate successfully. Which statement best explains equality before the law in the UK? A. Laws apply only to citizens. B. Laws can be ignored by officials. C. Everyone is treated equally under the legal system. D. Courts follow public opinion. Answer, C. Equality before the law means that all individuals, regardless of background or position, are subject to the same legal standards. Why are charities important in British society? A. They replace government services entirely. B. They support communities and vulnerable groups. C. They influence election outcomes. D. They create new laws. Answer, B. Charities play a vital role in supporting vulnerable populations and strengthening communities alongside public services. Which responsibility comes with freedom of expression in the UK? A. To speak without limits. B. To avoid harming others or breaking the law. C. To support the government. D. To avoid political discussion. Answer, B. Freedom of expression is balanced with responsibility, meaning individuals must not promote violence, hatred, or illegal actions. What does Parliament's lawmaking process ensure? A. Faster decision-making. B. Public debate and scrutiny. C. Absolute authority of MPs. D. Judicial control. Answer, B. The lawmaking process allows debate, amendments, and scrutiny, ensuring laws are carefully considered. Which group can vote in UK general elections? A. All UK residents. B. All Commonwealth citizens worldwide. C. British citizens and eligible residents. D. Tourists over 18. Answer, C. Voting rights are limited to British citizens and certain eligible residents who meet legal requirements. Why is learning English important for new UK citizens? A. It replaces cultural identity. B. It helps participation in society and employment. C. It is only needed for exams. D. It avoids legal duties. Answer, B. English proficiency supports communication, employment, and active participation in UK society. Which value supports peaceful disagreement in the UK? A. Absolute authority. B. Mutual respect. C. Obedience without question. D. Cultural isolation. Answer, B. Mutual respect allows people to disagree peacefully while maintaining social harmony. What is the main purpose of British citizenship ceremonies? A. To test knowledge again. B. To celebrate becoming a UK citizen. C. To issue passports. D. To assign voting districts. Answer, B. Citizenship ceremonies formally welcome new citizens and reinforce shared values and responsibilities. Why are laws debated before being passed in the UK? A. To delay governance. B. To ensure fairness and accountability. C. To limit public involvement. D. To protect political parties. Answer, B. Debate allows different viewpoints to be considered, improving fairness and accountability in legislation. What does active participation in UK society most often involve? A. Avoiding public issues. B. Respecting laws and contributing to the community. C. Rejecting cultural diversity. D. Remaining politically silent. Answer, B. Active participation means respecting laws, engaging in community life, and contributing positively to society.